The ratings are in for Tuesday's edition of WWE NXT on the CW. The viewership information for the March 17th edition of WWE Monday Night Raw from Brussels, Belgium on Netflix has also been revealed. WWE reportedly is interested in signing former TNA wrestling star Hammerstone. An update on if WWE is expected to be affected by Endeavor going private. WWE reportedly has heavy backstage praise for El Grande Americano vs. Dragon Lee on Monday's edition of Raw. Some within WWE believe Tiffany Stratton was placed in a sink or swim situation in the segment with Charlotte Flair last Friday on SmackDown. And Orlando Sports Commission is requesting $18 million grant to bid on UFC and WWE events. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into. Before we start, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, at the moment, at the time of recording this video, I'm in the process of moving and traveling. Actually, when this video is coming out on Thursday morning, I'm actually going to be traveling, but everything will be going back to normal Thursday afternoon from the second video on Thursday. So I still wanted to give you guys some content. I still wanted to give you guys some news because that's what you subscribe for. Really appreciate everyone that's part of the WN 365 community here. We're building something really special, so I wanted to make sure that you guys had your regular content in its regular time slot as well. So be sure to smash the like on the like button, be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner, and as you can see in the sidebar there, a reminder, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content. Let's begin with some impressive viewership numbers for WWE NXT. Tuesday night's episode of WWE NXT averaged 741,000 viewers on the CW, which is up 9.6% from last week. It's the highest audience total for the show since February 25th. In the 18 to 49 demographic, NXT drew a 0.16 rating. That's up 6.7% from last week, and is also the best rating the show has done in that category since the February 25th episode. The only major sports competition was an NBA game on TNT that averaged 969,000 viewers and topped the primetime cable charts with a 0.26 rating in the 18 to 49. The NXT show featured Stephanie McMahon defending both her NXT Women's Championship and Women's North American Championship, defeating Jada Parker in the opener and Fallon Henley in the main event. As compared to the same week in 2024 when the show aired on USA Network, NXT's overall viewership was up 23.3%, while the 18 to 49 rating was down 5.9%. So the audience is continuing to skew much older on the CW. It's the fourth straight week that NXT has had a year-over-year decline in the key demo. Speaking of viewership, an update here when it comes to the Raw viewership for the show in Brussels, Belgium last week. The first confrontation between John Cena and undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, following Cena's shocking heel turn, helped WWE Raw earn over 3 million global views on Netflix over the course of last week, according to a report from WrestleNomics. The March 17th show brought in a total of 3.1 million global views and ranked in the top 5 viewed shows globally in English as well as in the United States at the number 4 spot. The show kicked off with Cena explaining himself and blaming the fans for his heel turn at Elimination Chamber, and continued with a no-holds-barred match, Bianca Belair and Io Sky's WrestleMania 41 contract signing with a Rhea Ripley appearance, and an Intercontinental Championship bout in the main event. This Raw episode earned the 11th highest hours viewed of all episodes of the show on Netflix since its debut on January 6th. The March 17th episode was the 7th to reach 3 million global views or more on Netflix. The episode was just slightly ahead in global views of the March 10th episode, which brought in 3 million. Unsurprisingly, the most talked about segment on social media was Cena's over 20-minute long promo explaining why he turned heel and attacked Rhodes following his chamber match victory, though he didn't address Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's presence or if the final boss had anything to do with it. Despite coming out to confront Cena, he and Rhodes didn't get physical in the middle of the ring during the episode. Now, an interesting update here when it comes to the future of Hammerstone in professional wrestling. Hammerstone is reportedly drawing interest from WWE following his exit from TNA Wrestling. That is according to WrestleVotes, who reported on a Backstage Pass Q&A, quote, "I know there's interest with Alex Hammerstone. I don't know if he's looking for a WWE contract, if he's going to spend some time on the indies or whatnot, but I know there's interest from WWE in Alex Hammerstone," end quote. Now, there could be a bidding war for Hammerstone's services, as the 30-year-old has his admirers in All Elite Wrestling, with some in AEW pushing for the organization to sign the former MLW star. Hammerstone departed TNA in early March after the expiration of his contract. Reports in recent days have stated that AEW were not planning to reform the Dynasty, that being MJF, Hammerstone, and Richard Holliday, but Fightful Select has reported that Hammerstone and Holliday have friends and admirers in the company pushing for their signing. Now, Hammerstone previously wrestled on WWE NXT as part of the brand's working relationship with TNA Wrestling, losing to Obafemi on the September 10th, 2024 episode of the show. Hammerstone also defeated Tony D'Angelo by countout in a 2-minute match on September 17th. Hammerstone's best run came as the face of Major League Wrestling, with Hammerstone reigning as the MLW National Openweight Champion for 865 days. He vacated the title after defeating Jacob Fatu for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship, which he then held for 644 days. After losing a TNA World Championship match against Joe Hendry during the March Impact tapings, Hammerstone departed the promotion, relaying his gratitude to TNA on social media, whilst noting he is looking forward to the future. Now, a bit of an update here when it comes to just really the status of WWE and its parent company TKO Group Holdings, as well as Endeavor. Now, while the majority owners of WWE in Endeavor are no longer a publicly traded company, the change is not expected to affect the pro wrestling organization. It was announced on Monday, March 24th, that Endeavor had become a private company following the organization's acquisition by private equity firm Silver Lake, with Endeavor being renamed WME Group. Endeavor are the majority owners of TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE and UFC. Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics has estimated that Endeavor owns 61% of TKO stock, following Professional Bull Riders, IMG, and On Location being moved to TKO Group Holdings earlier this year. Despite the changes to Endeavor, TKO Group Holdings remains a publicly traded company, and no changes have been made to the ownership structure of TKO. Ari Emanuel remains TKO CEO, and Mark Shapiro continues to operate as TKO COO. It was announced in April 2024 that Silver Lake planned to take Endeavor private due to the feeling that the stock market didn't appropriately value Endeavor shares since their IPO in 2021. WWE has been owned by TKO Group Holdings since the completion of the WWE UFC merger in September 2023. Endeavor agreed to acquire WWE around WrestleMania 39, only months after Vince McMahon forced his way back in to WWE to sell the organization. Now, speaking of McMahon, a bit of an update here when it just comes to really how much is owned by Vince McMahon following these recent acquisitions. Now, Vince McMahon remains a major shareholder in TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE and UFC, even if he's no longer involved in the day-to-day running of the pro wrestling organization. McMahon resigned as TKO executive chairman in January of last year after Janelle Grant, a former WWE employee, accused him of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and physical and emotional abuse. McMahon has sold a substantial amount of his TKO shares since then, but he still owned over 8 million shares as of September 30, 2024, and there have been no indications that he has sold his remaining stock. McMahon's ownership stake in TKO has fallen since February 2025, following TKO's acquisition of Professional Bull Riders, On Location, and IMG from Endeavor in an all-stock transaction. The movement of assets increased Endeavor, now WME Group, ownership stake in TKO to 61% and caused McMahon's to fall to 4.06%. Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics has estimated McMahon's remaining equity in TKO is valued at around $1 billion. Based on their latest filings, other members of the McMahon family continue to own substantial stock in TKO Group Holdings. Stephanie McMahon is estimated to own 0.98% of TKO stock, while Linda McMahon owns 0.29% of the company. Paul Triple H Levesque is estimated to own approximately 0.02% of TKO. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has been awarded TKO stock since joining the company's board of directors in January 2024. Johnson is estimated to own 0.16% of the company. According to reports, Vince McMahon still occasionally watches WWE TV, even though he is no longer head of WWE Creative. The 79-year-old still has a number of legal troubles, as Janelle Grant's lawsuit against him, John Laurinaitis, and WWE remains ongoing. McMahon is also a defendant in the lawsuit filed by former WWE Ring Boys in late 2024. Now, going to Raw this past Monday, and reportedly there was heavy praise regarding a new character's in-ring debut. There was heavy internal praise within WWE for El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee on the March 24th edition of Monday Night Raw from Glasgow, Scotland. WrestleVotes reported on Backstage Pass Q&A, quote, "I did hear there was some heavy praise coming out of that match last night. Gable and Dragon Lee killed it, crowd loved it, people backstage loved it, and that's no surprise. Chad Gable has been getting this for years, and we know what kind of talent Dragon Lee has. So good on both of them, but I did hear there was some heavy praise backstage for those two men," end quote. El Grande Americano picked up the victory over Dragon Lee on Raw after ripping off Lee's mask and applying the ankle lock, forcing the LWO member to tap out. Now, this is an interesting one regarding the promo segment involving Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair Friday night on SmackDown. The build to Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41 continued on the March 21st episode of SmackDown as the two talents faced off in a back-and-forth debate. The feeling amongst fans was that Charlotte Flair got the better of the exchange. She immediately put Stratton on the back foot after the challenger cut off the WWE Women's Champion, and Flair only continued to portray herself as the pinnacle of the WWE Women's roster, while Stratton was not on her level. This included Flair saying Tiffany was an undeserving girl, but who, because she has blonde hair and can do a backflip, thinks she can compare herself to me. Some within WWE reportedly Stratton was put in a sink or swim situation with the segment opposite Flair, according to Sean Ross Sapp on Fightful Select Q&A. Quote, definitely there were some people that were like, oh, Charlotte definitely handled business on that one. Then there were some others that felt like Tiffany was put in a sink or swim situation, and they didn't say she sank, it's just that Charlotte Flair is a better swimmer, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't believe Charlotte went off script or anything like that, but it does seem like she knew everything Tiffany was going to say and had something for that. I don't know the level of improvisation that was there, but there were a lot of people that said, yeah man, Charlotte looked really good in that segment and Tiffany didn't, but I feel like that should be by design, Sean Ross Sapp said. Now, Flair, who made a return at the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble and won the Rumble match, selected Stratton as her opponent for WrestleMania 41. WWE's biggest show of the year will emanate from Las Vegas' Allegiant Stadium on Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. And finally, could more shows be coming to Orlando, Florida? Well, it looks like Orlando certainly wants that to be the case. Orlando is looking to host multiple UFC and WWE events over multiple years. Ryan Lynch of the Orlando Business Journal reports the Greater Orlando Sports Commission has put in a request for $18 million grant in tourist development tax funds advanced by the Tourist Development Tax Sports Incentive Committee. Now, the commission would reportedly use these funds to bid on 4 TKO events. Orlando is seeking to host the following events in 2026, either WWE Survivor Series in November or Saturday night's main event in December at the Kia Arena. In 2027, a pay-per-view with UFC in August or September at the Kia Center. In 2028, WWE's Royal Rumble at Camping World Stadium in February 2028. In 2031, host WWE's WrestleMania in mid to late April, with Camping World Stadium serving as the main venue and Kia Center also hosting events during WrestleMania week. The WrestleMania event itself will be 2 nights, as well as arena shows for Raw and SmackDown during the week. Jason Siegel, president and CEO of the Greater Orlando Sports Commission, said the effort has come from nearly 2 years of conversations and as other sports commissions such as Indianapolis. Indianapolis hosts WWE Royal Rumble 2025 and will host a 2-night SummerSlam and WrestleMania in the future. WrestleMania 24 and WrestleMania 33 took place at Camping World Stadium. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. A reminder, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. It's in the video description. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content. And always, through the video, you can see on the sidebar there upcoming watch-alongs and post-shows that we have, whether it be for SmackDown on Friday, whether it be for Raw on Monday, both episodes taking place in England. In addition to that, of course, we've got AEW Dynasty coming up at the beginning of April. We've got WrestleMania both nights. We're going to be doing watch-alongs and post-shows for that as well as TV's heading into WrestleMania 2. So be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live or a new video is uploaded. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.